Yo, what's up guys, it's Suraj from Tech Devoted and welcome to 5 more great tips to make the most out of your Sony A6300. Now I say 5 more because we've already done a video like this and that did extremely well, 12,000 views at the moment, which is crazy. In case you missed it, check it out, links in the description. But let's get started on today's list, and I'm actually doing this in collaboration with my buddy Aditya from My Instant Search, so do search him up for some amazing content. I'll also leave links in the description, but without wasting any more time, let's jump right into the video. So my first tip is to use markers display. Now if you're anything like me and love the 21:9 aspect ratio and render your videos in 21:9, you should definitely check this out. Basically what this does is it adds two white borders to your viewfinder, and between these two borders is the safe region for you to shoot if you're going to be exporting the video in 21:9 ratio. Because remember, these cameras cannot natively shoot 21:9, they can do 16:9, and if you shoot in 16:9 with a 21:9 edit in mind but don't look after the safe regions beforehand, you will lose the top and bottom of the clip. So this really helps in avoiding that, as you don't have to play the guess game and wonder what part of the video will be cut out. Now to enable markers display, go into the first page under the gear icon and turn on marker display. Then head to the second page under the same menu and select marker settings to configure it to your liking. So as you can see, you can also use it for other aspect ratios such as 4:3, 13:9, 14:9, etc. as well. But since I am all about that cinematic look, I like 21:9 and I have 2.35:1 selected. Aditya, my friend, over to you for the next one.
Hey, what's up guys, Aditya here. Now if you love taking wildlife photos or shoot a lot in silent situations like in a church during a prayer, the shutter sound could get sometimes really distracting, which might also lead to lots of retake during a candid shoot. Now since in a mirrorless camera everything is done electronically, well, I don't know about other cameras, but in Sony mirrorless, more specifically A6300, you can actually silence the shutter sound. Yeah, so in order to enable that, hit the menu button, then go to the gear icon, then the fifth page, and there you'll see an option for silent shooting. Once you turn it on, you're pretty much good to go. Now the next time you press the shutter button, it's not gonna make any sound at all. So next time when you're out shooting for some wildlife action, you're not gonna miss those intimate shots anymore. Yeah, you can thank me later.
Alright, so it's my turn again, and my next tip kind of ties in with my last one in terms of the whole cinematic look. A lot of us shoot on S-Log2 and S-Log3 to get that flat look, to capture a lot of details, to get a lot of flexibility in post, and while that is sweet and all, setting exposure during shoot is actually a pain in the butt with these profiles because they're so flat, so undersaturated, they have little contrast, and it's just difficult to judge the exposure, and this is exactly where Gamma Display Assist steps in. What this does is it overlays a filter, a color grade if you will, on your viewfinder while you're shooting S-Log so that you can easily and correctly expose the footage. Now again, the grade is not actually applied to the footage. When you play the video back on your computer, it's still flat, so Gamma Display Assist, as the name suggests, only assists you in setting the exposure and stuff like that, but it's pretty nifty. So to enable it, navigate to the last section of your menu. Under the first page, click Gamma Display Assist and you'll see they have options for S-Log2 and S-Log3, so depending on which profile you're shooting on, you can choose the right one.
This one's my personal favorite. You may have heard about the term dynamic range. So basically, the more the dynamic range, the better the overall picture. There is a way using which you can capture images with even wider dynamic range. And yes, I'm not talking about shooting in flat color profiles, but I'm talking about a feature that's built in right into the camera called Dynamic Range Optimizer, or DRO in short. Now by the name, some of you might have already anticipated what this does, but hold on, this is actually quite effective. In order to enable it, hit the function key, then go to DRO/auto HDR. It'll be set to auto by default. I'll leave it as it is since it does seem to get the job done for me, but you can always play around with the levels. Time to show you what it does actually. Now as I change it back and forth, I'm sure you can already tell the difference. And yeah, it's not messing around with any other setting, which is why this may also come in handy in some low light situation when you don't have any choice left except for slowing the shutter down. It's really tough for these cameras to perform well in such situation because increasing exposure will lead to blowing up the highlights and decreasing can crush the shadows. To keep both well balanced, it's something only a cinema camera can do. But as soon as I switch on the DRO, you can see the difference it makes. Have a look on some of the sample shots that I've took. And this is what a well exposed picture will end up looking like. And this when the DRO is on. Watch the skies and the walls. Again, this is a well exposed picture. And this with the dynamic range optimized. I tried tweaking this optimized image even further and here's what I ended up with. Now, I know there are some noise in this image. It's obvious as it was a JPEG, not a RAW. And those you smart people thinking that now you're gonna use this alongside the S-Log, then no. You can't. But you can still use it with raw images and can pull some superb looking pictures. And did I tell you that this can also be used with videos?
Do you get annoyed when you're shooting at waist level and trying to look at your camera display but your A6300 constantly keeps switching between the viewfinder and live view? If yes, this last one's for you. Open your menu and under the fourth page, under the gear icon, you'll see Finder/Monitor. Select it and choose Monitor and voila, now you can shoot at waist level and the camera won't even switch between the monitor and viewfinder automatically. Now not just that, setting it to monitor only also saves a bit of battery, so you're welcome. But that about wraps it up for this list, guys. If you like this video, give it a like, and if you didn't like it, hit that dislike button twice. Let me know why you didn't like it maybe. If you're new around here, consider subscribing and hitting that bell icon for more content. It's been Suraj. Thanks so much for watching. Take it easy and stay devoted.